Hey folks, Dude here, coming at you on Friday, April 14th, and I'm going to give you guys kind of a quick tech tip. I have a classic iPod here, and, literally it is a classic iPod. Hang on a second, a little booger turned off on me. Okay, so literally, classic iPod. These are polymer or plastic or, just basically first generation. That's not glass, okay? That's plastic, scuffs up, gets beat up, and, it doesn't look good in the end run. Now, if you guys look at this thing when the light pops off, hopefully it'll turn off in 1 second, but let me give you guys kind of an end run here. Literally, the display was actually getting to the point where it was very, very, very hard to read. Hopefully you guys can kind of see. Yeah, you guys can kind of see. Yeah, there you go. So basically you got a Blues Traveler, my 90s radio, run around, so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. It's actually a very clean and almost not hard to see display. It's actually very shiny now, and it's actually pretty decent compared to where it was before, where it had a lot of scuffs and scratches and opacity, and it was getting really fogged up and hard to read. Now, the thing about it is there's a couple ways to do this. Number one is you change out the part, old toy, not easy to find the parts for anymore. You got to go on eBay. You're going to have somebody else work on it. It's almost getting to the point of just being collectible and not really playing with it anymore. But I very much like my little 2 gig Nano. First generation. Good stuff. Now, what I did was I went and got myself some Flits. This is a seriously kick-ass, non-abrasive metal polish. It also works really good on plastics, polymers, acrylics, call them what you will. Basically, you take some, put it on a soft cloth, buff, get it as good as you're going to look. Because the problem is you're now looking at dips, gullies, and what have you. You have the surface, and then you have all the gouges, scratches, dips, bumps, what have you, that are making the thing fog up. Now, in plastic, it's very easy to scuff. It's very easy to scratch. Later generations, I'm sure, was a lot better, but not this one because it's too old. Now, the kicker is, how do you address the rest of the damage on here? Well, you can notice I have a line of demarcation, like right there, and there's like a little step. Why? Because what I did was I found myself a roll of this seriously super kick-ass Scotch shipping tape. Now, literally, all I did was I took a piece of this stuff, and you got to be careful when you peel it off. If you basically do a bunch of like peels, pulls, what have you, and you touch it, it's covered with fingerprints. That's not going to work out for you. But what you want to do is you have a virgin piece, get it off the roll, and I'm going to do it on the backside. You can see the metal is kind of but literally what you do is you put it on there, stick an edge, okay? And then what you wish to do is start walking from one side to the other on your display. And if you do have an air bubble, you can just lift it back off. Get a tool to burnish out the air bubbles. This is literally just a chopstick. I've rounded off, smoothed on the end, and you literally just walk out the air bubble until finally you have a nice, smooth, uniform surface. Now, I'm not going to do it to any great degree here because I'm not making the video too terribly long. But essentially what you've done here is you've given a better surface. So literally you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about here. But the problem is when these things fog up and they get the opacity, there's only a couple ways to fix it. One, you buff all snot out of it and you lose a lot of plastic, you lose a lot of polymer, whatever it is made of. Or two, you put on something to give it a clear finish yet again. Kind of like when you're refinishing your car's headlight. You basically polish it up, put that shot of clear coat on there. It fills in all the tiny little micro scratches and grooves and everything and gives it a smooth surface, kind of like what this just did. And the best part is, if you buff it up, you screw it up, you simply just chuck this piece, stick another piece on there, roll, it costs you about $3 or $4, and this stuff is hell for stout. It's about as thick as a sheet of paper, and if you fold it over, you will notice it gets quite a bit darker in color because you're now starting to see 2 pieces in line with each other. But a single sheet of this thing is actually very clear when you stick it onto something well polished because it fills in all the micro fractures, and of course it makes it now that clear layer of protection to protect it. So literally if you beat this up, peel it off, stick another one on there, you're not going to cry. But the kicker is you've lost all those little micro grooves, scratches, scuffs, what have you, and all the opacity, and you've made it clear and easier to read yet again. That's my little tech tip for today on Friday, and I wish you guys good fortune, all the rest of that good stuff like that there. Have a good weekend, and I'm going to break off on this one. Eat good, keep the centering, as always, you know it, you love it. Couple little tech tips, make your stuff look cool yet again. Oh, good times. See you guys.